Hey everybody, happy Friday. Feliz Viernes. Feliz Sexta-feira. Feliz dia de festa do levantamento terra. Happy deadlift party day. And today I did a lot of deadlifts in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. I celebrated my own way. Didn't do any fireworks, didn't grill, just got into the gym, did a bunch of deadlifts. And I feel good about it. Today I did ramping sets of 5, starting at 340. Nothing too crazy. So I did 340, 360, 380, then 390, and 410. So 360, 380, 340, 360, 380, 390, 410. Those are all, that was the 5x5 ramping sets of 5. And then I did some singles. I did a single at 430. A single at 450, and did a single at 480. Tried for 500, didn't get it. But I slipped that video in so you can enjoy me missing 500. Thought I might have it, but just too much fatigue by the time I got to that point. Then after that, stripped the bar back down to 250 and did 5 sets of 10 as my back off work. Didn't do any sumo today. Just said, you know, I'm just gonna leave the trap bar set up because I can knock it down to 250 and just bang out 50 quick reps at 250 in my celebration of this country for lasting as long as it has. So, other stuff to talk about, and I voice over the reps themselves later in the video. One, to obfuscate the music in the background, so I don't have to deal with YouTube copyright notices because that's a pain in the booty to deal with. So I did the voiceover so it covers that up, and so everything should smooth out, but without taking away the ambience, so it's just like hollow. Because if I just turn the music off completely, it's kind of weird. So the other thing I was kind of thinking about today, and I had a parallel to kind of the health and fitness industry and working out in general, and I got to it kind of an odd way, which was I was reading a car magazine, right? And so my father's an automotive enthusiast, and he has been for years. He's not a young guy, but he still loves to get car magazines and read car magazines because it's just an interesting thing for him. And I'm a bit of an automotive enthusiast myself, but, you know, I don't have a lot of time for it, so I drive kind of appliances, as it were now. But I've had some fun cars in the past. But I'm reading these magazines, and I've known this for years, but it was just a reminder that over the last probably 20, 25 years, car magazines have gotten really terrible. The photography is better than ever. The writing is good enough. But the reason why I think they're terrible is because most of the cars that are being talked about in these magazines are nearly irrelevant for 99.99999% of the population. And they're talking about cars that cost $2.3 million. There's more and more hyper cars out there. There's all these niche, exotic manufacturers, which, I mean, I guess that's cool, but it's weird because, one, these cars don't get driven hardly at all. They sit in someone's garage, and it's not, you know, it mirrors in my mind the idea of health and fitness, where, you know, you've got people who have access to, you know, really good doctors, getting all kinds of supplements, whatever else is going on, access to way better equipment, you know, trainers, massage therapy, all this kind of stuff. People that are, you know, basically really well off and can maintain this extraordinary physique in some cases because they just have access to, you know, a cheat code, if you will, which I guess is fine. But I see a lot of these weird things promoted online on social media, and people think, you know, oh, this is the next best thing. And then what happens is then people just don't do anything. They are afraid of getting into a gym because there's these, you know, all these different machines that are, you know, kind of very specialized, and or the fact that some of these gyms now are very expensive to even get into, like, some of these fitness chains, 150, 200, 300, I've seen as high as $400 a month to work out at a place. And that's a lot of money. When fitness is really kind of easy. It's really just getting up off your butt and doing something. So, I mean, you could go for a walk, you could go run, you can sprint, you can pick up heavy stuff. Go out, find some rocks, pick them up, drop them, pick them up again, drop them, pick them up again. Wash, rinse, repeat. Keep doing it until you're tired. You're going to get stronger. You're going to build muscle. The idea about, all this dietary stuff too, like, you need to do all this stuff. You just need to eat okay. Just watch what you eat. Try to do your best for fruits and vegetables kind of thing, and clean, lean protein. You'll be all right. You don't have to do all these wild supplements and stuff either. So it's like one of the things where it's just this weird bifurcation of society that, we make a lot of things seem really, it's like that's the goal. Like in the idea of these car magazines, like, oh, that's what a car should be. No, man, a car should be like, I remember 35, 40 years ago when it won like car and driver, motor, car of the year, like the Chrysler Town and Country minivan, right? It was a car for the people. It was relatively cheap. You could pile a family in it. Anyone could get a hold of it. It was good for work vehicle, all kinds of cool stuff, man. It revolutionized the industry. Because of accessibility, because everyone could benefit. And it's kind of the same way about fitness, man. We're seeing all these various little niche things happen and all these, very specialized things. But man, in the end, no. It's just a regular old gym with regular old stuff. Some treadmills, some bikes, some power racks, some dumbbells. That's enough. That's enough for, most of the people. And it's not that expensive to buy that stuff and maintain that stuff, especially free weights, and, get people in good shape. But we're in a weird place where, you got to have someone yelling stuff at you, or you got to be on a special bike that's monitoring all these things and whatever else is going on. I don't know, man. It's way too fancy in some cases. You should know how to monitor yourself. Oh, I think I need to take a break. Oh, I think I can push a little bit more here. Those are things you got to learn on your own. Now, sometimes it's a little bit painful to do so, but, having someone yell at you to motivate you, man, I don't know. It's weird to me. So I work out old school in my garage. I would go for walks. I got a bike and a rower in the basement. Nothing all that fancy. It's just good enough to get done, right? It's good enough to get some stuff done. And I see a lot of people thinking that what they need to do are all these fancy, highly specialized, technologically dependent things, and I need to use an app to track that, and I need to do. No, man. You don't need all that. You can just go out there and do stuff and just be cognizant of what you're doing. A little bit at a time. Slowly ramp things up. Take care of yourself. Eat a little better. These are all things that are relatively accessible to everybody. But what we see online is that it's made to be like, no, you can't. In order to get looking like this, you got to do this specialized routine. You got to do all these things. No, you don't have to. It's pretty simple. Fitness is way simpler than a lot of people want to make it out to be. But the reason why they make it out to be complicated, or to make their stuff better, or to make it seem like it's technologically reliant, is because they need to make money. There's not a lot of money in the democratic approach to fitness, because it's equal access and it's relatively cheap. Plates, weights, barbells, racks, they're relatively inexpensive. They last a long time. Basic exercise bikes last a long time. Those concept rowers are built to last. They last a long time. A lot of the stuff doesn't take a tremendous amount of upkeep. But if we make it way fancier, have someone come on a screen and yell at you, or put you in a room with someone who's yelling at you, or give you all these fancy little doodads and gadgets and trackers and this and that, then we can charge you way more money, $300-400 a month, and benefit from it. No, I'm not about that. I'd rather folks be out there finding the places, 30, 40, 50 bucks a month. Heck, even Planet Fitness, even though I don't necessarily agree with Planet Fitness either. That's kind of it should be equal access for all. And speaking of Planet Fitness, they shouldn't be judging people either with that long. Although I haven't heard about that as much recently. I think they kind of backed off on that because it was a bad thing to do. But anyhow, I've rambled enough for today. And you'll hear me talking about my deadlifts and how I'm going through those sets. And I'm feeling pretty good. Got to do some mowing. Got to get my tan on. Got to get, jacked and tan for the summer. Be going to the beach house soon. Got to be able to show off. Anyhow, hope everyone has a great Friday. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Espero que vos tenham um ótimo fim de semana. And if you're out there and you're celebrating the 4th of July, make sure you stay safe. Make sure folks around you are safe. You're not doing anything stupid. This is the weekend of missing digits, as it were. And yeah, man, just take care of each other. And let's just try and keep on doing better. We're in a situation right now where we really need to focus on doing better and making stuff equal access for all people. And not worrying so much about the money in our pocket, but the friends that we have, the connections we have, and how it is to get along with each other. All right, so with that, I'm gonna say get into those gyms, hit those goals, and get swole. Peace. All right, so I'm gonna voice over my sets here, just so I give myself some room for the preamble, plus this will defeat YouTube's song algorithm stuff that's gonna stick me with a ton of copyright violations that I gotta fiddle around with after I upload it. So I hate that stuff. Anyhow, first set you saw is 340 by 5, and I'm fresh out of getting the session done, so excuse me for being a little bit out of breath. So now you see me doing 360 by 5. So today the intent was to run ramping sets of 5, and like I said, I just got done with the deadlift block, and I'm tired, very tired. Haven't even gotten to accessories yet. In fact, I'm doing this voiceover as a chance to kind of catch my breath, as it were. So now you see me, got 345s and 210s loaded up. So now we're looking at 380 on the bar, and still going pretty smoothly. You can see I'm still doing shrugs at the end. I'm gonna stop doing that, I think, on this next set. This is 390, so only 10 pounds more than the last set. Bar velocity looks good for this set. I think I took a little bit of extra time before I started this set, but yeah, nonetheless, this looks pretty good, pretty smooth. Still doing the shrug. So it's the next set that I drop it, and the next set's over 400. Shrugs over 400 pretty hard. So yeah, we're looking at 410 now on the bar. 390 plus the 210s on either side. This is still going pretty smooth. It's heavy. I'm feeling tired at this point, but strength is holding up pretty well. Well, you can see I reset there because I didn't quite have the right angle of attack, but there, 5th rep goes up, it's clean enough, and we're done. All right, so now I'm just gonna move on to some singles just to see kind of how things are, to gauge things a little bit. So what have I got loaded up here? I think it's was I just I think it's 420 or 430 rather. Yeah, it was 430, and now I've got 445s on the side plus 10s, so this is gonna be 450, not bad. So next up, I got 445s and the 25s, so we're looking at 480. Been a long time since I pulled anything this heavy. A couple weeks ago I did 450, or a week ago. Seeing where I can go from here. 480, smooth. Not easy, but smooth. So said, why not? Let's see if we can get even 500 here. No, it's not happening. And that was actually the second attempt at it, but I thought I'd let you guys see me fail on lift 2 and lightly tap the garage door. And this is the 250th anniversary of America block now. 250s on the bar, and I'm gonna do 50 reps. So I'm just doing sets of 10 here, real quick, one breath. I mean, I'm just doing these all on the same breath. So I'm repping these out. I hesitate to say cardio because there is no such thing as deadlift cardio, but it is an interesting high intensity stimulus, doing, you know, a set of 10 deadlifts on a single breath and trying to get them repped out relatively quickly. And I mean, you can see I'm just tapping and going. It's keeping myself under tension the whole time. Allows me to turn the bar around really quick, keep velocity up. Things that, you know, when I'm doing these higher rep sets, why not do that instead of just fiddling around, resetting and all that kind of stuff. I'm not looking for maximum strength on the pull. I'm not looking for initial velocity off the floor that's the highest. I'm just looking to keep momentum going when, you know, when I'm doing these sets at 10, especially at lightweight, because if I keep the momentum going, right, that's going to be a more efficient set, gets me through the work a little bit quicker, and gets me done quicker. But it's also a nice little volume block here. So yeah, pretty happy with this block. It's hot today. It's hot in the Flab Lab. It's probably 80 something degrees in this garage. I'm sweating, I'm glistening, I'm glowing, all the things. I mean, I am just pouring sweat on these last 2 sets, especially because it's hot, I'm tired. I've done a lot of deadlifts. I did, you know, I did a lot. I did, you know, roughly 85 or 90. I can't think of the count right now. Between warm up, the ramping fives block, the singles, and these sets of 10 here at the end. But things feel good, feeling pretty strong. Glad I'm able to do this stuff. Happy to be here. But, you know, check out the preamble. Be some good stuff there too. Peace.